Hello, everybody. Good night or good evening. Tonight, we're going to do a very interesting and exciting Ibanez live streaming event with a great guitar player from France. I'm Italian, he's French, but we're going to talk in English because we are also streaming in other countries. So I'm sure you're going to understand. Okay? So, no more talking from me, and let me introduce Mr. Pascal Vigne.
Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's so good to have you as our guest tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm really honored.
We both share a great, incredible passion for Ibanez guitars, not
Yeah,
just for playing guitar, but also for Ibanez guitars. And I see
exactly.
you just treated yourself with a great new guitar. I know
Exactly.
guitar, and we're gonna talk about that later. But
Okay.
I think maybe the best way to start this live streaming is with a great song played from you. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. And that's a good idea for warming up.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
I always try to warm up with a few scale exercise and whatnot, but the best way to warm up for a guitar player is to play a song. So let's do that.
Yeah, okay. So what's the title of the song?
It's called KeroZen, so it's a silly French title. It's like gasoline, but for airplanes,
Yeah,
and so it's about making a lot of noise and silly attitude. But it comes from a heavy riff that I love, and so the title in French fits perfectly for this track. So
perfect.
nice. So let's get going. There you go.
Wow, great
Great
song.
song. Thank
You're,
you.
you're right. It was really, really heavy. It was super
Yeah,
powerful, but there was a lot of very interesting technique and phrasing inside it. Very good
yeah,
song.
yeah. Thank you. I use the technique depending on the song. If I play like a really nice and delicate ballad, I won't use any of this sweeping technique because
Yeah.
it might be out of context. But
Uh-huh.
for such a song, it really works well.
Absolutely.
So you really need to use the technique according to the music you play, and not let the technique, enslave you, and oblige you to play this technique to show off.
Yeah, that's a
So
mistake that many guitar players do regularly. I
yeah,
mean, we all do it because maybe the lick you learned yesterday, you want to immediately apply on some songs, and
exactly.
sometimes the song becomes just a platform to show off what you can do, and it's not music anymore.
No,
But in this case, I really enjoyed the technique you put
yeah,
on the song,
okay.
and you feel really comfortable with your new guitar, actually.
Yeah,
So,
I am.
how do you like it?
I love it. As I was telling you before, I've been looking for such an instrument for years. There are plenty of great guitars, and I already have awesome guitars. But I was really looking for an instrument like this. From an aesthetic point of view, I really like, the colors, especially of the vibrato, the pods. It's a golden color, which I love, and the fact that the guitar has 27 frets, it's really great because all guitar players today play down tuning, and I'm going to play higher,
Yeah.
which is really interesting in some way. And I really like this configuration here, which is really nice too. A humbucker, and like a humbucker but with a single coil size,
Yep.
so which makes it look really simple but really powerful and convenient and amazing to play. The neck is really a great combination between a modern neck, like flat enough for modern techniques, but thick enough for bending and things like that. So for me,
Yes.
it's the perfect instrument.
Yeah, I actually agree because I had the chance to play the guitar as well,
Yeah,
and it's really, really amazing. I mean, that serious. We can show the guitar properly.
yeah,
The RGA 622. Actually, the color is beautiful and elegant at the same time, and you
yeah,
can also have the white one. So the
yeah,
opposite, that is really, really elegant as well. And
yeah,
feature wise, you have a mahogany body and a maple and walnut neck, and also the ebony fingerboard.
yeah,
So really, really, really interesting, really high quality features. The low pro edge, the gold low pro edge tremolo system, that is a trademark for Ibanez guitars. So you get the best on that guitar. That DiMarzio tone zone on the bridge and Air Norton S in the neck. It's a very, very, very beautiful guitar.
yeah. It
So
fits perfectly my style of playing and the music I play. I really like this kind of tremolo.
Uh-huh.
because of the locking system. And when
Yes.
I play live, like a 2 hour concert situation, I
Uh-huh.
don't have to worry about the tuning that much. I
I
really
know.
hate retuning the guitar between songs because my focus goes away. And I know lots of guitar players out there do that and don't mind doing that, but I hate it. So
Yeah.
I really like the locking system, which is completely reliable. And you see how I use the tremolo at the end of the song. If I just played you a chord right now, it's perfectly in
Yeah.
tune.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
And
right.
the tuning has to be reliable when you play instrumental music and like huge bend and using the tremolo bar like this. I mean,
And I have
you
to say that it's not just a matter of the tremolo quality,
yeah,
but the whole guitar must be really stable. And nowadays, Ibanez necks are super stable because
yeah,
actually the fact that this neck is made with five different pieces glued together,
yeah.
that makes the neck. For some people, they think that it's a downgrading feature having the neck made by multiple layers of wood, but
Mhm.
it's not at all because this way is way more stable. So it works together with a great low pro edge bridge to offer to the player a perfect tuning and perfect stability. It's
Yeah,
very important.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is
I actually saw you in the past before buying this guitar a lot playing a blue RGA.
exactly.
This one, actually, the RGA 42 HPT, and
Yeah,
actually, you use this guitar a lot. I have some
yeah,
proofs of
yeah,
you playing this guitar.
yeah. You have proof.
Yeah, I have proofs.
Yeah, I really like this guitar too, and now it's my guitar tech that has it because actually it fell a few weeks ago and some painting just fell off. So my
Okay.
mistake, my bad. And so he's taking care of it right now, and it's a really great guitar. The only change I made on this guitar is the pickups. I changed
Uh-huh.
the original pickups, which were Fusion Edge pickups, and I
Uh-huh.
switched to Utopia pickups. It's not that the Fusion Edge are bad big pickups. Again, it's depending on the style of music you
Yeah, of
play,
course.
and I really needed something different for all the melodies and solos, so I switched. But I wanted to keep the aesthetic, and
Yeah.
so the pickups were perfect for this.
Yeah, they are. They are that beautiful cover that
Yeah,
Larry DiMarzio made for the Pia mainly. So
yeah,
they're really, really pieces of art.
yeah.
Absolutely. Very, very
So
cool.
it's not an expensive guitar. I mean, it must be about between 800 and 900
Yeah, yeah,
euros,
yeah. Absolutely.
but it's a great guitar. And the most important thing for me is that the guitar is set up correctly, and then I can play any guitar. I mean, the action, it has to be tuned a certain way, and then I can play any guitar if I have the right pickups and the right action. I can play like a low range guitar, a mid range guitar, a high range guitar. I really don't mind. Of course,
Yeah.
there are differences, but it won't keep me from playing. I mean, I have this a JS 140 guitar, which is
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And it's
love it.
an entry level Joe Satriani model.
Exactly, and I've
Yeah.
used it extensively on my latest album, and it sounds great, and it's not an expensive guitar either. So
Yeah.
it's just about the way you set up the guitar, which is important, I think.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And actually, about that, I have to say the most recent ad on the Ibanez catalog, the AZES, the entry level AZ guitars,
Yeah,
they're amazing for the
yeah,
price you pay. They're amazing.
yeah,
You can actually set a very low action. Tuners are so reliable. So for that price, it's you can't believe what you're playing actually. And those guitars, I usually love to change pickups on my guitars because it's a disease I have, But on those guitars, those pickups are so good on those guitars that they don't need to also because you buy a set of pickups and you pay the same price you paid for the guitar, but the
yeah,
stock pickups are so good. So actually Ibanez is incredible, and the value for the money,
yeah,
especially on entry level, and middle price. They're unbeatable to me.
Yeah, totally, totally. But I agree with you on the pickup thing. I think it's a question of habit. When you've been playing for decades, you have certain habits and certain
Yes.
configurations that you know will work for you. And speaking about pickups, this particular one, the Tone Zone, I've had it on so many guitars. I had it on an RG 3770
Yeah.
too, and I'm so used to this pickup that I can't do without it. I need it in my
Yeah.
guitar. It's probably not because it's better than other pickups, but I think my playing evolved with
Around
this
that tone.
exactly, and in reaction to this pickup. So it's really a question of habits, I think, to a certain point.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And how long have you been playing Ibanez guitars?
Ibanez guitars. I've been playing like Ibanez guitars for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 15 years. Yeah.
And which one was the first Ibanez you played?
I had a couple of Ibanez guitars at the same time. The one right over there,
Yeah.
I put tape on it the
Okay.
day that Eddie Van Halen died.
Uh-huh.
So it's an SA 960, something
Uh-huh.
like that. And at the same time, I got this RG 3770 I just told
Okay.
you about. So I had those two guitars, and these were really my first Ibanez guitars.
Cool. Actually, every month you release a new video on Ibanez official pages, the lick of the month, and you
Exactly.
usually use an AZ guitar there. And
Yeah.
actually, it
So
doesn't seem like that AZ guitar is a represents a limit for your technical capacity.
mm, no, because these AZ guitars, you can do anything with them, and they've been built with this state of mind. It's like the super players' guitars. I'm not talking about myself, okay? I'm talking about the way these guitars were built, and you can play anything. They are
Yeah.
really amazing, from really clean tones, pristine tones, to super lead fat guitar sounds. You can do anything with these AZ guitars, and so I was really lucky enough to get this one to do the lick of the month videos, and so I've also used it on my album for a lot of different tones, and it adapts to every situation. Basically, it's like a super guitar tool, and I think for professional guitar players too, it can be awesome when you have to play along with a guitar singer and you need different tones. You can find various combinations of tone with these AZ22 or 4N Prestige guitar, right
Yeah.
there, but also all the other AZ guitars. They are amazing. But I have to say, it's not going to last long because I'm going to switch another Ibanez soon. But I'm not allowed to say more on this subject for the moment. So,
Okay, so I'm very curious. I'm gonna check out your next videos to see which one you're gonna use.
yeah,
So, do you want
yeah,
to play
probably in a
another
couple of
song?
months. Sure.
Cool.
So I'm going to play an older track, which is a little more groovy than the previous one,
Uh-huh.
and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Aha!
Yeah, great,
Yeah,
great.
thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was amazing, really, really.
Thank you, thank you. So I was supposed to play a very fast song, as you know, but
Uh-huh.
as we talk a little bit, I'm not warmed up enough, so I'd better not play something, too crazy. I did that mistake a few weeks ago. I had an Ibanez demo with Patrick Ronda, my friend Patrick Ronda,
Yeah.
and we were answering questions and playing songs. And I spent about 15 minutes talking, and then I switched to the song I was telling you about, and I did the worst version ever. And so, I marked that into my head and I said to myself, okay, never play this song when you're not warmed up anymore.
Yeah, actually, the clinic or a live streaming environment is different because actually you talk a lot, so you
Yeah,
don't play all the songs in a row, so you can't start from the simple ones and then arrive into the impossible ones. Uh,
exactly.
must be careful in choosing your repertoire during this.
Yeah, definitely.
And talking about the live streaming,
Mhm.
when we do live streaming, we play live on these situations. We usually use softwares,
Yeah.
plugins, because they're so reliable. They sound so good nowadays.
Yeah.
So there are many reasons why they're so uh, convenient to use. But you're a very analog guy. I'd like you to explain your
Yeah.
signal chain, the gear you're using tonight, because it's really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more a hybrid kind of a guy than just analog or digital. But I have to say, plugins nowadays are really great. You can get a really great sound out of them. But there are a few things that bother me still. And to start with, what bothers me is the latency.
Uh-huh.
And I know they say, I mean, the guys who build these plugins, no, you can't feel the latency at all. It's like 3 to 5 milliseconds, but I can feel it and it bothers me.
Uh-huh.
And, I really like my setup to be hyper responsive and really hyper dynamic. And so I really stick to good old tube amps. What's really special in my setup here is the speaker simulator, which is called Ultimate Cab by
Uh-huh.
LNA. It's a French brand in Marseille. And so it's a friend of mine, and he built that for me because I was approached by the two note engineering guys, the one who make torpedo
Yes.
stuff. But honestly, I didn't really like them quite a lot because of what I mentioned, and the fact that there's a processor that translates your playing. Sometimes it gives me a weird feeling when I play. I'm not totally at ease with the plugins,
Okay.
so I really prefer to stick to old tube amps and analog distortion. I mean, digital works great for lots of things, for distortion and simulating a speaker. To me, it's not perfect yet. We're not there yet. We're close to it, but we're not there yet.
Uh-huh.
But it depends on the style you play.
Of
When
course.
you play melodies, when you have some blues elements, sensitive music, um, I think it's much more difficult to be at ease with plugins that if you play like, I don't know, gent stuff or,
Yeah, of course.
speed metal or, death metal or something like that. So when you look for something quite delicate for themes and melodies and solos, and I still prefer those.
Uh-huh. So
Personal taste,
the speaker emulator is analog as well, right?
analog. Yeah, yeah. It's
So
analog.
what's between your guitar and the amp?
So a couple of pedals. And by the way, I'm not used to playing these songs sitting down
Uh-huh.
because I'm more at ease when I'm standing up with the pedals. But I have a whammy pedal that I used on the first track.
Yes.
So I tune it to an octave higher, so you get this.
Okay.
So that's the effect that I'm using with the whammy. I have a Dunlop 535Q pedal, which is great. And then I have two Analog Man modified pedals. I have a Tube Screamer, TS9, but modified by Analog Man, and a DS1, which is modified as well. I used to have also a Keeley, the one that Steve uses.
Yes.
But I really like the Analog Man better. And the thing with the DS1 is that you can put any pedal before, and it works amazing.
So you're using the TS9 and the DS1 together
at the same time, because if I use the DS1 on its own, it's a bit too mellow, too maybe floppy in the bass. So if I turn on the TS9, the two working together makes a really an amazing tone. It's here, but also I should probably turn off my multi effects just to without any delay on the sound. And it has this vocal quality. So for all the melodies, it sounds really great. It's probably not the easiest tone to play, but it sounds great for what I have to play.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Yeah. So you have those pedals, then you go straight into the amp, cabinet simulator, and then in your audio interface.
In my mixer, so I have an Allen & Heath mixer, and on the track, I just add a stereo delay that you can hear. So going. So now we're talking, so the sound is mono right now. So I have to change it for you to hear the stereo.
Yes.
So hold on a second. Here we go. So now you can hear we have repetitions on the left and right, and maybe like small EQ on the track. You know, I boost the mid range a little bit, but that's it. That's basically it.
Very cool. Very cool. So changing topic. Let's talk about you.
Yeah.
What Pascal Vigne does during his musical career? Do you play live? Do you teach? Do you whatever?
Yeah, I do all these things. So I've been a professional musician for 20 years now. When I started out, I gave lessons because that was the easiest way to make money out of music. So I started teaching about 20 years ago. And at the same time, I recorded my very first album, but it was not recorded under my name. It was a project name, and it was called Triple FX, because, you know, I was worried about using my name. I was thinking at the time, you know, that's maybe a little arrogant to use my name. Who am I to use my name? So I had my name under a project name. So I used this project name, Triple FX, and I recorded 4 albums under this name. You can find 2 of these on all the platforms. And then I ended up recording an album under my name, which was released last year, and which was called Funky Cyborg. So I released 5 albums in a 20-year period. And early on, I started to do demos for, you know, different companies, like Rocktron at first, and then for PVMs, and then for Ibanez. I also did demos for Apple and for Avid, which makes Pro Tools.
Yes.
And I started touring thanks to these companies. So I did a lot of demos, and then I started doing shows, and then I recorded like guitar lesson programs for different magazines and online guitar schools. And then in 2019, I decided to do things on my own. So I recorded stuff on my own YouTube channel. and it attracted a lot of viewers in France. And during COVID, I did lots of live stream events on my
Hmm.
YouTube channel, which drew a lot of attention, and lots of people asked me to if I had any programs available. So I started recording, um, my programs that I sell via my website,
Okay.
and so that's basically it. So either I'm in the studio recording videos for Ibanez, for my YouTube channel, or for my
Uh-huh.
programs, sometimes giving Skype lessons, um, also doing Zoom masterclasses,
Uh-huh.
or I'm on tour doing either demos or masterclasses or concerts.
Cool. But when you play live, you usually play your music.
Yeah, always. I always play my
Oh,
music, and
very cool.
sometimes I just play my music along with backing tracks,
Uh-huh.
especially in clinics or
Yeah, of course.
masterclasses.
Guitar shows and stuff.
Exactly. But I also have my band, which is a three-piece band. So I have a drummer, bass player, and myself. And so we play this music live, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. The only thing is that playing instrumental music, um, it can be difficult to find venues.
Of
But
course, we know.
as I've been around for a while, I have, some great people that I know who help me out. And so I have sort of network to play, network of people who have me play regularly. So I'm quite lucky in that sense. So I basically play my own music all the time. I don't play guitar for other people. I just play my own stuff. So it's solo career, if you want to call
Uh,
that.
okay, yeah. And actually, I know you have a lot of fans because we have some comments here, like this one.
Oh, thank you. So about all the French listeners tonight, I won't be speaking French tonight, guys. So thank you so much, Xavier. It's really kind of you. But as we're broadcasting to Italy and France, I prefer to stick to English.
So you have many people appreciating you a lot, as you can see.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to play for you guys tonight, and for you, Sebo, my friend. Thank you so
No,
much for having me.
my great pleasure, of course. We had the great pleasure to have you in Italy at the guitar show last year in May,
Yeah,
and of course you took no prisoners over there. So I really was waiting for this event, live streaming event, and I really hope to have you again to play in Italy in some ways. So let's
you
work
know,
on that.
anytime, my friend. And thank you so much again for this, because I have the best time in Italy, and I was pleasantly surprised that the guitar community in Italy is so vivid and so
Yeah,
great.
it
You
is.
have so many great players in Italy. That's unbelievable. And you have guitar shows. We don't have any guitar shows in France anymore. That's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, actually, we have that guitar show in Padua happening in May. Then we have the SHG in Milan in November. Another show in Rome started again after COVID last year. So we
yeah,
have a big movement. And actually, it's a good period for Italian players thanks to Matteo Mancuso. Matteo
yeah,
Mancuso is now one of the most discussed
yeah,
guitar players in the world. Actually,
yeah,
I've been recently to NAMM show in LA, and he was the man. I mean, everybody wants to listen to him. So this is a very, very good thing for Italian players because that means we have a great, strong history and legacy about guitar players. So,
yeah,
and of
yeah. And
course, all
speaking, yeah, yeah. Speaking
I,
about
Petrucci, Satriani, they're all Italian. Come on.
exactly, exactly. So there must be something in Italy about guitar. But speaking about Italian guitars, last week I had the privilege and the pleasure to see Luca Mantovani live,
Yeah,
and because he was there at Padova, and I heard his demo, but there were headphones, and it was really great. But I saw him last week, and it was really amazing.
yeah,
He's
he is.
really he has a classy style of playing, elegance, beautiful notes, beautiful melodies, and I was really touched by his playing, because I saw some of his Instagram videos, of course, but when you see somebody live,
Yeah, it's different.
that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
absolutely. You were talking about your last album
Yeah.
before. Here it is,
Who's
Funky
that guy?
Cyborg. Yeah. So I'd really like you to play one song from this record.
Okay,
Would you?
sure. Yeah. Yeah, with pleasure. So let me play a song called Baby Droid. So, funny story, it's just a baby droid who lost its mummy. And so it's looking for its or his or her mummy. And so I tried to translate his voice to the guitar tone. And
Okay.
and yeah, and by the way, I took some of the licks of these songs and used them in the Ibanez lick of the month. So you
Okay.
might recognize a few things here and there.
For sure. Okay.
All right. Hey, hey!
Wow, I
I
really
really
love this
love this
song
song.
a
A
lot.
lot. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. Me too.
actually,
It's very fun
it's
to play.
great live, really.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank
uh,
you.
there are many difficult passages, phrases, very fast. You're so precise. You have a great articulation. Really,
Thank,
really. My sincere compliments.
thank you so much, Sebo. Thank you so much. I don't really think about it. I just think about, this silly idea that I just told you about. Yeah. So even when I play something like, like I just imagine the robot turning its head left and right. And so, it's kind of funny and it puts me in a good mood. So I'm just thinking about that. I'm not really paying attention to the difficulties. I'm just trying to play as good as I can and try to serve the song as good as I can. Sometimes it works great, and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, this time it did really work great.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
thank you.
absolutely. So,
Thank
guys, if you wanna get this music, this is Pascal Vigne Funky Cyborg album, and of course, I think they can find your album everywhere on the main
Yeah,
music platforms like
exactly.
iTunes Music and everything else.
Yeah,
So go get Pascal Vigne music because it's really, really entertaining. And as you just said, it's really happy. Your mood is really happy. It's a joyful music, so it's
yeah.
a real pleasure listening to your
Oh, thank you.
stuff.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. So actually, we had a question about your guitar neck before.
Mhm.
A guy asked if it's a Wizard or something like that. It's a
Yeah,
Wizard HP
yeah.
made in 5 pieces.
Five
So
pieces
maple and
maple.
walnut. The two insert
Yeah,
layers are walnut, and they give it a great stability to the guitar neck.
yeah, yeah.
And
Great neck.
actually, uh,
Great neck.
we can tell it's a very fast neck because that's what you're demonstrating tonight. Actually,
Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. That there are a few licks in the middle of the song in the solo, because the thing is, I really want to make this feeling of being lost more intense, in the middle of the song. So the solo actually is here to pinpoint this idea.
yes. Actually, it's interesting knowing the meaning of the song and then listening to the song, keeping that in
Yeah,
mind. You have a different way, a different listening experience. Very
totally.
cool.
The problem with instrumental music is that you only have the title. You only have the words in the title, to give you the idea of the
Yes.
song. If you're not allowed to talk, you can give an explanation. So you really have to pay attention to the title because that's the only way to find out a little bit about what the guitar player is, talking about.
Yeah, but actually, uh, it could be a limit. Not being able to add a lyric to the song,
Yeah,
but on the opposite is a pro, the fact that with instrumental music you can reach anybody with just the feeling, the sensation you're trying to deliver to the people. And
exactly.
in that case, a lyric, a language could be a limit, because if a guy from, I don't know, Pakistan or anywhere else is listening to an Italian guy singing, they don't understand anything. So sometimes when you have lyrics, maybe the music
Yeah,
under the voice is not that interesting. It's very basic, especially nowadays in pop
yeah,
music. But instrumental music could be way is not could be it is way more intense and interesting.
yeah.
So it's a way to reach any people with
Exactly.
your soul.
It's universal. And some I remember someone talking about like Charlie Chaplin in movies,
Uh-huh.
as it was
Yeah.
silent movies, it was universal. And as for instrumental music is concerned, that's an analogy. You're not limited by the words, so you can really address anyone.
Yeah, we have this comment.
Ah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Very cool. So, Pascal, thank you very
Yeah.
much. We'd like to listen to you playing one last song before saying goodbye.
Okay.
So, what are you gonna play for us?
I'm going to play a sad song for a change. Okay.
Uh huh.
So this one is called Derniers Instants. I'm going to try and give like a translation, but it doesn't sound good in English. But the literal translation would be last moments. So that could be our last moments. You don't really know about what's happening, but you know that you're about to say goodbye to someone you will never see again. So
Yes.
it's the only opportunity you have to tell him or her all the things that you want, because then it's going to be over. So that's the name of the song, Derniers Instants.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much,
much,
Pascal.
Pascal.
Thank you.
Great playing with surgical precision.
Thank you
Really,
so
really.
much.
And a
I had a
great
really good time
play.
playing tonight. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. And of course, thank you guys for following us tonight. I'm sure you appreciated a lot Pascal playing. So I invite you again to get his music. And of course, to go to your Ibanez dealer to check out this amazing guitar, the RGA 622, because it's really, really an amazing guitar. Really
Yeah,
amazing.
it is. I can confirm that.
So thank you again, Pascal, and I hope to see you soon. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good
Thank you.
night. Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.